Welcome to Fireside Gaming. I'm Billum, and this week we're taking a look at Donkey Kong Country, one of the worst games to ever exist. Listen, you clicked on this video after seeing the thumbnail, so don't act surprised that I'm firing shots straight out of the gate. I've spent years listening to pretty much everyone I know talk about how great Donkey Kong Country is, and I've just never seen it. Even when I played it as a kid, I hated this game. So much so that I made sure to beat it once just so it couldn't be argued that I didn't even beat it, so how would I know it's bad? I've got a whole other rant about that stupid mentality, but let's stay on target. Truthfully, having not played the game for over 15 years, I'd kinda hoped that maybe my taste had changed. Maybe it really was a good game, and I just didn't understand that when I originally beat it. Then I played through it again for this channel, and my fears were confirmed. I still hate this game to its core. If you're willing to stick with me a bit longer, I'll explain why. First off, it's not a lack of love for platformers that makes me hate Donkey Kong Country. Next to RPGs, it's my favorite genre of games. Instead, it's all about the controls. Let's start with the most basic of gameplay: movement. I do not enjoy the way Donkey Kong or Diddy Kong control, and a big part of that has to do with how the player has to start running. Instead of just having a dedicated run button, Donkey Kong Country uses the same button for cartwheels, running, picking up barrels, as well as the DK ground slam. I hate this, as it means players basically have to do a cartwheel before they start running. That cartwheel moves forward, even if only a little. Because of that, it's a pain to use on any small platforms when players might want to get a running start. And what really kills me is that it doesn't have to be this way. Donkey Kong Country only makes use of the A, B, and Y buttons on the SNES controller, so cartwheels could have easily been put on the X button instead. Heck, the shoulder buttons don't get any use either. There were plenty of other options so that all of the different commands didn't need to be on that one button, but instead the game just crams them all together and is worse for it. The next thing we have to talk about is level design. For the most part, I don't mind this, but there are a couple level types that I absolutely abhor. The first are barrel blast levels. You know, the ones where it's just filled to the brim with barrels that have players launch themselves out at the right time. Also that they can land in another barrel and do it again. Oh, and one wrong move is death, which will send players back to the start of the level or the checkpoint just to do it all again. I am completely open to admitting that I am horrible at getting the timing down on barrel blast. It's a weak point for me, and I understand that. Even so, I can't get over just how long some of these sections last and just how brutal the punishment is, even for the smallest of errors. Forget that noise. The next level type I can't stand in Donkey Kong Country are minecart levels. These admittedly don't show up as often as barrel blast levels, but I still loathe them. In this case, the game just loves to throw jumps and enemies at players in such rapid succession that there's no way you're getting through it with just reactions alone. It's a clear case of needing to know what's coming ahead of time to make it through. I have always hated when a game relies on pre-knowledge to catch the player off guard and kill them. These minecart levels are guilty of that, but I really shouldn't be too surprised by it. Much of the latter half of Donkey Kong Country relies on this as its version of challenge for the player. No matter the case, it's a form of game design that I really can't get behind. It's the same thing that makes me not care for Kaizo Mario or Mario Maker in general. Level designers love pre-knowledge as a form of difficulty, but I just see it as bad design. I know that's a bit of a more controversial statement, but I'm giving Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo a bad review, so I think we're well beyond worrying about a little controversy. I've only got a couple more complaints before we hit the home stretch. Just bear with me a little longer. Visually speaking, Donkey Kong Country is an impressive game. Its 3D appearance on the Super Nintendo is a feat in and of itself. However, I think it looks ugly and gets in the way of the gameplay. Now, to be fair to the game, it looks much better when actually played on a CRTV as compared to the gameplay you're seeing on screen now. But what doesn't feel better is trying to judge jumping distance. This could completely be a me thing, but I find it difficult to judge distances in Donkey Kong Country. Oftentimes, I'm sure I've jumped far enough, or I'm clearly jumping on top of an enemy, only to end up dead or a character down. It's another trait of the game that really bugs me, as it's not something I run into with other platformers. And now we're on to the final complaint I have about Donkey Kong Country. This is the big one, the shining example as to why I hate this game. Monkeys. I hate monkeys. All jokes aside, I really am one of those people that don't find monkeys to be the least bit cute or funny. I just can't stand them, and there's no denying that this flavors my opinion of Donkey Kong Country. To be clear, this isn't me saying Donkey Kong Country having primates as its main cast of characters is a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just my personal preference would be to never see them again. Luckily, I don't have to. Look, it would be dumb for me to continue reviewing Donkey Kong Country games after this one. They really aren't for me. So unless all of you really want me to, this will be my first and last foray into the series for this channel. Before I close out this review, I do want to give credit where credit is due though. Donkey Kong Country has an absolutely wonderful soundtrack. It's not one of my favorites on the SNES or anything like that, but I can't deny that I enjoy listening to the game much more than I do playing it. So what are my final thoughts on the game? With my bias completely on show, I think Donkey Kong Country is a terrible game. Downright awful. As in, banish it from this planet to never be seen again. Maybe some alien species will pick it up and see it as a reflection of humanity and steer way freaking clear of us. If that happened, then at least I could say something good came from the game. In conclusion, I hate Donkey Kong Country, and I'm tired of acting like I don't. But if you like it, please keep on playing it. Play it to your heart's content. Don't let some guy on the internet with a different opinion ruin your love for something. Feel free to like, well, let's be honest, you're gonna dislike this video. Comment and subscribe if you want to continue my retro gaming journey. You can also hit me up on Twitter at Billum256 if that's your thing. And as always, thank you for watching, and take it easy.